Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds?
Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and it's time for another edition of the White Rose Rivals. First of all, I feel like I need to apologise to the lads, because whenever they win, I'm always doing something else and they don't get a chance to speak about the results. And they've been winding me up about it all week, so I'm getting out early to get the power out of it. Yeah.
Out from Matt. Sorry, Matt, that low blow already, man.
It was the Friday night result, and I put on, I bet we're recording this week.
Oh, what was that? The top of the table clash that we won, mate. Here we go, indeed, Cossie.
Big news, right? This non-football related. Morrison's, right, are doing proper size Easter eggs. We are more card $1.99 for like proper size Easter eggs. They're meant to be $3.50. I've just dived in for 2 Smarties and Yorkie. There could have been cream eggs, but so anyone out there, thank me later. Morrison's. $1.99 with a more card. If you don't have one, $3.50. Proper size Easter eggs. Get involved. Beat the cost of living crisis.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah.
For the podcast, we're doing a charity Easter egg drop at the club, and someone's donated money and stuff. So I've been in buying. I've got 200 Easter eggs in my front room. Oh man,
Easter egg shirt, isn't it? Easter egg shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And then it's going to be about 25 make its way to the club and 175 eaten before then, isn't it?
No, all to charity, mate. All to charity.
Oh, whatever.
Well, here, go off screen in a minute. Come back with a little bit of brown on the side of his lip. We'll be like, you've been eating them chocolate eggs again, man. Like Bruce Bogtrotter, man. Listen, man, in the lead up to this, I had a look, and obviously I'm going to have to come to Matt, because we're all buoyant, we're all happy, Matt. We're in great form, we're winning games, we're maybe getting out of the relegation zone, moving away from safety, getting into promotion race, title race for yours truly. And then there's Rotherham, mate. Like, talk to us, man. How are you feeling?
Championship shit anyway, isn't it? It's just a rubbish league. Part of it anyway. It is what it is. Relegation's basically done. Whatever. It's 16 points adrift, 36 left to play for. We've only won 3 all season, so it's unlikely we're going to get enough points back. It is what it is. You know, people upstairs have got a lot to answer for, but that'll come maybe when the post-season or whenever it might be. So take every game as it comes. The only benefit is that you don't have to worry about table. When you sat watching a game of football, I don't have to go, I wonder how Wednesday getting on. I wonder how Huddersfield. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter what's on in our game, which is a slight. It's like getting it by a bus, but it's great. Got a fiver in your pocket. It's not really a benefit, but it is something we've got. So yeah.
Matt, I saw a tweet from your account, not in person, but the pod one, where obviously everyone else is thinking how many points to stay up on that, and you were forecasting when you were going down the exact day and stuff. So how bad's that? It's like when your funeral date's coming up. Everyone were bantering. You just sometimes got to have gallows human in your football. I remember when Huddersfield got about 15 points, went out the Premier League. We were done by about December, and he's just minging, isn't it? Just like you still go, but yeah, you're kind of so numb. It's like Dennis, you've been numb. You've had that much pain, and what's another blow in it? But I bet watch what I say, because we're playing you soon, and obviously you got a game against our man in the top right there. So you could cause some damage though. But yeah, it must be weird, man. Yeah.
Plus he's flying, man, because he's got a new German in charge, man. Look at him. He's taking shots left, right and centre, isn't he?
Flying. 1 win against Watford, mate. Yeah, God.
Dr. Cox says Rotherham have been poor since Paul Warne left for Derby, and that dinosaur Tony Stewart needs to sell up. Do you agree with what's been said there, Matt?
Yeah, I said on Ash's show when they did a preview about Tony Stewart, is what he's done for this club's amazing. You know, he took us from Millmore, he took us to Tom Valley, but he built New York Stadium. He's kept us in the Championship for a few years, and it's been great. You can't take away from what he's done, but he's taken us as far as he can possibly take us. He's not wealthy enough to take us next. I mean, even if he was the right man, he doesn't have the money to do it. I'm not convinced he's the right man, to be honest. I think if there was somebody out there, great, because Rotherham's investable. You know, the stadium is really nice. it needs money put into training ground and things like that, but it's not hundreds of millions of pounds to get Rotherham United in a good position to be sort of set in the Championship. The stories come out recently about Tony Stewart and his sort of behaviour and showing off in front of his mates because he owns a football club and this, that, and the other.
Really?
So again, the question marks in terms of relegation go at his door. It would only
needs
8
to
years
stop
ago.
buying flashy white suits, thinking he's one at Spice Boys
mate,
from Liverpool
honestly.
side, doesn't he?
You ought to see some suits that come that way. He's an eccentric. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Matt, I'd spare a thought for you and obviously Joe, but that other Tuesday I was driving home. There's a goal at Portman Road and Rotherham have equalised.
Mate,
Seconds.
Yeah, I was buzzing, you
I'm
know.
like,
I was tweeting pictures. I was tweeting pictures of the Chuckle Brothers and everything. Going,
I saw that.
Oh, just that sums up your season. But then, having said that, a few days later, Hull did that to us. Bloody hell, so just football, it can be an absolute bitch sometimes, man.
yeah.
Well, all the time for you.
What a player.
Oh man, he's always smiling though. He's honestly incredible. That an example for everyone, man. It's
100%.
yeah. Bring on the Gillingham or whoever next season, man. Yeah.
The Gillingham
That's the good
away
thing about
stand.
League One, though. The thing is, when we went down to League One, we didn't get the chance to have all the good away days like Lincoln away because obviously it was in Kirkby. So I was gutted to be honest.
it's a great way it is in League One. It is a good league to involve now. Or obviously probably a Championship, but it is a good league. There's really good away days. There's no £45 prices to pay to go to away end and stuff like that. There's a lot
Matt,
of good about League One.
Obviously, we haven't got any Barnsley on here, but you're on about Paul Warne there. It's squeaky bum time for him. Isn't it? 2 bad defeats all of a sudden. You know, that second spot's not looking good for them. And it's, it'd be a huge blow on it if Derby didn't get up for them. But Barnsley beat them last week. And think, part of me thinks, are they going to bottle it at that as well? Or what does Gary Neville call them? No, it's not just bottle now. It's
billionaire bottle jobs.
billionaire League One bottle jobs.
Yeah. Great line, by the way. Great line.
Yeah, rehearse. Joe, and here we go again. Peter Drury, bollocks. He rehearses his lines. He does it. He knows it. I think Neville had that written down. Peter Drury is like, hey, quick, Gary, write something to say at the end of the iconic. I just can't have it, mate. You know, no,
he's had
I know
to defend it, hasn't he? I watched the Stick to Football pod with Thing, and he's had to defend it because players don't like being called bottle jobs or whatever. But I thought it's iconic, man. I like it, me.
Pochettino were mentioning it today. It's got in his head, hasn't it? It's like rent free in his head now. Is Neville, but yeah, mad.
Well,
the man under pressure. When you start responding to Gary Neville, you're under pressure, aren't you?
Ten Hag did it to Jamie Carragher, and it's like get a grip, man. And what he was saying, Jamie Carragher was bang on the money, by the way. So I don't know, they're mad, aren't they? Sometimes I think owners should probably stay quiet, don't you, Cossie, on about like tweeting pictures? And...
Oh, there we go, Joe.
You can't even say the name. I don't know if you've seen that. He mentioned Leeds.
Mate. Cringe from me, yeah. I don't know, a bit cringy stuff. Joe, he's 68 years old, mate. He ain't going to learn. And this is our owner. He just comes across as a man. But yeah, I mean, obviously, we've talked about it before with owners tweeting and what have you and stuff as well. But yeah, I must admit, mate, I was a bit cringe sunk on that as well. But yeah, obviously.
I'm glad our owner ain't got Twitter.
God,
Imagine that car crash. Well, you might have if it's one of these bots or hidden behind one line, but you know,
Michael Beale style burner account.
That was wild, wasn't it? Yeah. What a weirdo he is, by the
Joe, you're not telling me that Leeds' admin ain't got a tweet saved in draft for maybe 2 on Saturday.
100% they do, mate.
I wonder, mate, they've been working on that all week. Emergency 100%. Meetings at Elland Road. Joe's been involved with getting it, mate.
100% it'll be sat there because I think your manager said the week before that Huddersfield were bigger in Germany because of David Wagner and all this, so they'll have something cooked up for that as well.
It'll be instead of stars, it'll be if you win 3-0, it'll be a football for each letter: L football, D football.
Exactly. Oh god, great shout. We had it for Leicester as well. Actually, Jamie's just made a good point when Enzo was giving it the whole. It's a big game for them and not for us, and straight away we tweeted out after that, and that's what it's like now in it. Football admin, I find it funny, me to be honest, but some people lose the nut over it. Matt, you've got the small matter of another Yorkshire Derby this weekend. Home or away? Let me just double check. Home.
Yeah.
How do you? Is it just?
Thought about a question of sport then. Yeah. Which team did Rotherham last beat? Sorry, Matt.
It wouldn't have been away, would it? It wouldn't have been away.
No, definitely not.
I tell you what, when I walk in streets of Rotherham in a couple of weeks, I'm going to watch me back at it when we play them. It's like, that's not Cosy, push.
This one's just for pride, innit, Matt? You've got to get some resemblance of pride out of this one, surely.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only game that's worth anything between now and end of the season, really, because of league situation. It's, any win we get is going to be great, and we're going to enjoy a win. But it's the only game that's got anything riding on it. I can't see us winning, to be honest with you. The way that Wednesday play under Roll is, for us in our position, is worrying because they're good. They're really, really good. They've properly got something about them. They're organised. They're just good, and we're not. I'm genuinely worried this could get silly. I'm genuinely worried we could lose 3 or 4-0 and it'd just be a complete embarrassment because we just offer so little. We're a bit organised at the back, but we're not organised enough to sort of hang your hat on it and say, yeah, we're going to be really solid. And we don't score enough goals either. And they're coming in, like I said, in best form of the season probably for them. If we win, the season's not forgotten, but it'll help for a few weeks.
Yeah.
But if we lose, then it'll be something else to add on to this terrible 12 months.
Yeah, further compound the misery. Ash, we spoke 2 weeks ago now, and we said that Millwall game would sort of make or break your seat. Maybe that was... But at the time, me and Ant were on here saying, look, if you don't win that game, relegation's a real possibility. You end up winning the game, you follow it up with another win, so it's 2 wins on the spin, and now, you go away to bottom place Rotherham. If you win, you could be level on points with QPR if they were to lose. I think your goal difference would mean you won't overtake them. But even still, 3 games on the spin, mate. If you win on the weekend, who'd have thought, eh?
Mate, it's stuff of dreams, isn't it? We chatted about the Millwall game away at Millwall a couple of weeks ago, and it was a must win. Like all the remaining 12 games are must win for us in where we are. Rotherham on Saturday. I seen it on Twitch earlier. Is this the biggest game of the season? As in the thing, and it is. And then Plymouth's the biggest game of the season. Then Leeds is the biggest game of the season. So in that context, for me, it is the biggest game of the season up to now. Rotherham, it's hard. You say you can't look past the form, and they have been pretty bad. But I was surprised that Matt was on our preview show, and he said that the form at home against Wednesday has not been the best. I was surprised at that because it always feels like you're going to your nearest rivals, so to speak, geographically, and it's always going to be a great game, and that's it. And it is. We've got to roll up there on Saturday afternoon and give it all as best. And the form we're in, the way we're playing, it's chalk and cheese from the first 15 games of the season. It really is. Even the first few of Roll's tenure, it's different. And we looked at Ipswich last season, and the signings they made in January really changed their last half of the season. And hopefully, and I hope I'm not speaking too soon, is the signings we've made. Old Arian and Ike Ugbo.
Paveda, how's he getting on, by the way?
Oh, mate, he is fantastic. What a player! He is absolutely.
They've given Wednesday quality in the final third. I think that they didn't have before. They were struggling to score goals, and then they've just sort of added something different. I think. Especially the last couple of games where he's played in sort of like a free role. He is one of those that gets you up off your bums, off your seats. Yeah. He's got that little bit of magic. He turns, he plays with a smile on his face. He is influencing the game, in which we haven't had a player all season really that's been doing that. And I mean, obviously, he's out of contract in the summer. We would love, if we stayed up, we would love to. Well, I'd love to keep him anyway, but obviously, he's doing well. And there's going to be top half championship teams. Got to be. He's really that good. It's great. It's refreshing, and I think him in the midfield with Bannon, who's played with Volks, it's been refreshing. Very different from end of January to to now the difference has been threatening. We've been threatening. Yes, we haven't beat anyone 4-0, 5-0 type of thing, but
we did. We beat someone 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly laughing that it was unbelievable that day because the game I thought were really even for an hour. Then it was just a strange 4-13. The weigh-in totally wet, and I just looked there, thought as the fans obviously giving up on the game that afternoon, but I'm thinking, have they given up on the season? Roll cut. It was quite an interesting interview after, and he was obviously still fighting talk, but. And obviously he went to Millwall and then got his back on chat. But I just think it's incredible from that because that was like a 6-point swing for us.
Yeah,
and I bet everyone driving back, back over to Sheffield that night, just thinking we're done. And for him to get another tune out of it as well, Ugbo, I don't think there's not many more form players in this division in this month. Well, yeah, it's still February, isn't it? 29 days in it, but yeah, it just honestly, it's massive credit. And your game in midweek, I think it's a tough one, isn't it? Who have you got?
Plymouth at home.
Plymouth, sorry. Oh no.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
wow.
Plymouth
So
home, then Leeds.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a tough couple of games coming up.
What about last Saturday though? So I'm looking around thinking Wednesday are winning. Oh, Southampton will do us a favour. Millwall a crap. Yeah. Okay. Let's not bother.
One Cossey,
And we weren't winning until we were 1 down after 60 odd minutes. So I'm thinking this is a big problem here because like everyone else is winning and. The trouble is at this stage, you've got to do your business yourself, aren't you, on that as well? And it's, it was just everyone was coming out of ground thinking, oh my God, Wednesday, bloody hell, bloody hell.
Yeah.
But Stoke are the ones that are in the SHIT at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they lost like 7 or last 8, haven't they? I think.
Yeah.
So.
Bad. Why do managers keep leaving secure jobs to go to Stoke? Like why?
I think Neil said it.
Specifically Stoke as well.
Yeah.
Because Schumacher went there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Alex Neil went there, and they were in decent jobs, going well. I think it's wild. I don't know why there's this obsession that they want to be the man to turn Stoke round. Like I don't get it.
It's in the thing of Schumacher. It has to be the club and the money. As in, he sees that Stoke, being in the Premier League, they're a bigger fan base club than obviously Plymouth down on the south.
Yeah,
and the money that he's getting paid because. It's just not worked for him at all.
No, it hasn't, has it? Might go down, mightn't it?
That's it. It was, we said the same. We had this discussion with Rooney when he took over at Birmingham.
Yeah.
And then we could say the same for Stoke.
Do you see what Telly last night? He said he wants to manage the Everton Man United. I'm thinking, mate, you want to do a job at Burton Albion for something, mate, and prove yourself.
It's crazy, isn't he? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Should have never got that job, man.
Mate, I want Amanda Oldham, but it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Honestly, I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. Rooney I'm like, hang on a minute, mate. Haven't you just gone to Birmingham and done what you've done there?
That's a proper generational shout. That Amanda Holden.
Come on, Les Dennis. If Les Dennis can, there's hope for everyone.
Yeah, that is true, you know.
There's younger people googling who's Amanda Holden here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where are we? Easter eggs, Amanda Holden. What are we actually talking on the show?
To be fair, someone earlier said when Matt were talking, this football talk's depressing me. Has anyone got any Morrison shouts?
Cookies were £1 for 5, so they were about 1.30 other week. So yeah, if you like.
Good. I could have said something controversial. I think I'll take the 3 points on Saturday than Amanda Holden. There we go.
Really, there you go.
Yeah. What about a draw? Is that obviously no good to anyone, really? Is that, would you walk out there feeling like a defeat, kind of pretty much that? 6 out of next 2 then, or 4? What would do?
I think, I think what Matt says, but obviously they've got, this is probably the only thing they're looking at, something to play for. And if we walked out with a draw, yes, it stops the Rotherham baiting, but it needs to be a 3 points. It really does. But then we've just talked about it. The results, we can only do what we do. The results elsewhere, everyone else might lose. Do you know what I mean? So then it'd be a point gained, and then you'd be going, 2 points dropped. Really, we should have, that. And it's like Saturday, like it says, 6 out of the bottom 8 won. We won, and it was a great result. But it's a good job we won because we didn't gain and we didn't lose. So
I was looking at your presser today though. There's the guys coming back in. I think Windass isn't far away. There's a few guys. you're starting to get a few bodies back, which has really helped us as well. It makes such a difference when you haven't got like kind of Leeds style bench. You're really looking to struggle to get anyone to change your game. But if you can get some guys back on there, all of a sudden it's options in it. So yeah.
we've got Bernard missing because he picked up 2 yellows against Bristol, so he's missing. I think Inekwe is a injury doubt. He's been in fantastic form. He has ex-Rotherham player. And we've got Akin Femewo, he's coming back. Dom Iorfa, he's been out since December. So he's a good one to come back. Obviously, he knows how to score at Millmore, bloody hell, at the New York. So yeah, injuries that we've got to be coming back, and I think Windass is a bit early for Windass next couple of weeks, I think.
Nice. Tom, do you have any thoughts on this fixture? Do you give Rotherham any sort of hope?
I just don't see it, to be honest. I think Wednesday are in good form. Rotherham are just obviously struggling that much. But then again, it's the Yorkshire Derby. Surely any game this season, Rotherham have got to be up for that game. Do you know what I mean? They've got to give it something. So, but I do think Wednesday will probably come with a win, to be honest.
Yeah. I think. Well, let's get some score predictions on this one. Cossie, we'll start with you, mate. Do you give them a chance? They are at home. They are good at home, man. I think
it's going to be a draw. This, yeah.
Oh, what do you know?
Not a lot.
No, Cossie gets these.
I mean, he's doing
He knows it, doesn't he, Cossie?
I know when games are going to be called off. Games are going to be called off at Rotherham. I know that. There's a bit of snow tomorrow morning, so you never know. No, I don't know. I just think there's going to be a bit of pride there from them, and yeah, to 1-1, that won't be a worse result for us, really, but because most of the people are expecting an away win. But yeah, I'll go 1-1.
1-1. I'll go. I'm gonna go 1-0 Rotherham. 1-0 Rotherham.
Sure. What have you been smoking there? Bloody hell.
No, man, no.
What the fuck you invited me on this show for?
I feel you're getting a bit too big for your boots, Ash.
Yeah, 23rd, massive we are. Yeah.
1-0 the Millers. Let's have it, Tom.
Wow.
Come on,
I'll
Tom.
say 2-1 Chef Wednesday.
Yeah.
2-1 Chef
Right.
Wednesday.
Oh, Matt.
Let's come on, Matt. What are you saying?
I don't think we're going to win, but I will warn Ash that if we win, we are going to be unbearable for about a week. we're going to milk it for all it's worth. Trust me. Having said that, we're probably going to lose 3-1. Is my prediction.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Matt.
Ash?
Just a quick one, Matt. You know that your old ground? There were people posting pictures of people playing football on it. Do they hire it out?
Yeah,
on a Sunday or something.
Team playing on Sunday mornings.
What's going on there? Yeah,
it's mad. So you can go down and watch just at Old Stadium. It's very good.
I don't. They were like, and I like take a picture of this with a stand there sat in here, and I'm thinking, how have you got in, mate? Have you unlocked the padlocks? And no, there's a game on. It's like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, there's more people watching on Sunday morning as well than there were on a Saturday.
Brutal.
Low blow. Ash, come on then. What's your score prediction?
I want to go 2-0 Wednesday. 2-0 Wednesday. I boyish, of course. 2 wins and make it 3 for the first time this season in a row. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You'll never make that mistake again after that time.
I guess Diaby has been a great signing.
I tell you what, though, QPR have got to go to Leicester. So if you win, mate, that you'd imagine they're going to get beat. So it's huge. This.
How's Belgian Jails doing this week? Is there enough room for him or not? Oh, it's unbelievable, that, isn't it?
Mad, mate. Mad.
He can't get a chair in the jail. It's bad.
Yeah, it's wild.
Can't believe it.
Actually, the clubs will have known, won't they? That's why he never moved, I don't think. Surely clubs will have known what was going on behind the scenes with chair.
There's no way it was just staying, like, I thought like a bottom half Prem club would have come in from, or at least a top half champion. Well, top, obviously, club going for promotion, but, that's probably the reason.
Dodgy man. Yeah, so I think if you win, Ash, then as I say, you're on level points with QPR. I can't see QPR getting out against Leicester. But I do live in hope, of course, because Leeds United are just 6 points behind him now. The title is on. Before we talk Leeds Huddersfield, let's speak to Tom and Hull City. Beat Southampton, mate. What a result!
Yeah, I don't know if you watched the game, but that was our best performance of the season. in terms of like going there, obviously Southampton like to dominate possession. We knew that, but from minute one we pressed them. Like we could have easily just sat back playing on the counter and let them come on to us, but instead we just forced them to mistakes, and that's how the goals came about through Zawuri at first, and then obviously Carvalho scored as well, and it was just a dream first half. We did everything we could there, and we just nullified all the threats. And best I've seen us play, like in transition, the slick football through the fares, like it was just brilliant. And then second half, once you got the 2-0 buffer, you just sort of you can sit back a little bit and let them come on to you. And obviously, we knew second half there was not going to be as bad as they were the first. And to be fair, they did create some chances, and Allsop was forced into a few saves, but it was good value for the victory. And yeah, what a victory it was. And then obviously on Saturday against West Brom, it was sort of a different assignment.
Good result,
West
though,
Brom,
innit? Good result against them.
Yeah, like West Brom obviously like to sit down behind the ball a little bit more and play on the counter. And the really organised team, I'd go as far as saying one of the best defensive teams in the division to break down. And obviously Carvalho scores that goal. Brilliant goal, by the way, like smashed it top left corner. And then we gifted them the equaliser though back into the game just before half time, and that sort of changed the game a little bit. But I was impressed with the performance again, and it's been a good turnaround. Like a month ago, we was sort of struggling a little bit. I thought, are we gonna go on a bit of a slump and drop out the contention for the playoffs? But past 4 or 5 games, being faultless really, and it sort of started really in that win against Rotherham. Like we went 1-0 down in that game, and I was thinking, here we go again. And obviously, we'll come back and get a vital win through, obviously, Philogene Burner. But it was, yeah. Cheers, pal.
Deflection, that man. Shouldn't even be giving us his goal, man. Let's talk about it.
No, it was clean. It was clean. That. It was clean.
You know what? The Southampton, I've never seen Southampton fans out because I watched that game, and the feedback they were giving, it was unbelievable. They were saying the best team they've seen all season. They were praising Rossini's tactics, just how it was like a masterclass in how to beat us. And honestly, he's such a smart manager. They said
that I saw. Well, they said on commentary. I think I was on Southampton. It was like they said that I think it was only us and West Brom. Like it was only us and West Brom and Leicester. I think that they'd been impressed with, but they put us like second in that list. Like sort of. I'm not surprised at the performance, to be fair, because it was one of them where it was coming for a while. Like we know what Rossini tries to do, playing out from the back. And the thing is, when you sort of blow away a team like that, it is impressive. But
we played there a few days before, and we nearly did an absolute miracle. Obviously, we were 2 up, 3-2 up, but we were a bit naive, and I think we just kind of the caretaker manager didn't kind of know how to close it down. We were still trying to attack, and you're thinking, hang on a minute, 3-2, you settle for at least a point out there. Where you were totally different how you approached it, and just closed the game out. Smart management, mate.
I think with Southampton, it's like they're quite one-dimensional. Like you know how they're going to play, so when you come up against a team like that. If you just press them high, force them into errors, just obviously stop them, play it through the fads, and they struggled really because they didn't really have a focal point to it as well. So when they tried to go long, Greaves and Jones were just like just intercepting and obviously clearing the ball. So they couldn't really find a way through us, and obviously that's credit to Rossini's tactics and just shows how smart he is as a manager. But yeah, it was a brilliant performance.
I've got a few stuff written down here, Joe. Preston, no losses in 6. Liam Miller's on fire. Obviously, they're 8th, the 3 points behind Hull. No losses in 4, but 5 without a clean sheet. Yeah, like the new Jeff Stelling, Anna. So, mate, what a game this is. Preston are unbelievable, aren't they? They look like, because this team's all of a sudden a bit like, they go down from like 7th to 12th. You think they're out of it. And all of a sudden, a couple of wins. Preston won another one. I'm thinking they're going to finish the usual 13th. And now that Saturday, I think, and I've got Hull have sold 2,000, and you can pay on the day, Hull fans, if you want to go. So get it in there. But honestly, it's this is probably, I think it's a game of the weekend. This man, I know we've got a big end, but
man, I know what we're talking about. Game of the weekend, down at the bottom.
Yeah. So before we continue, just on Hull, can we talk about Russell Martin? Because I want to get your folks' opinion on him. Because I think he's a proper twonk. Like
he's lost it, hasn't he?
Lampard vibes. He's giving me them vibes. I can't stand him, man. And
proud of me, really. Look at the squad he's got.
God.
The way that he went on with that Millwall keeper, I thought was embarrassing me.
Why?
There's nothing likable about him, is there? There's nothing to like about the man. You listen to him talk. It's just he's just not. I just don't like him.
Same. Proper knob. I can see why Daniel Farker binned him out at Norwich now when they had the fallout. He's probably thought you're a dickhead, mate, on your bike. Off you go. Yeah, big ego. And listen, I don't mind Southampton. I don't mind, but I really want him to fail, if I'm being totally honest. And
I agree.
They look to be doing that right now, so long may it continue. But yeah, Hull City, mate. Preston at the weekend. You've got to keep up this good form, haven't you, Tom? Because, any drop-offs, you've got Coventry, West Brom, all them clubs in and around there just ready to, replace you in the top 6 if you're not careful.
Yeah, it's been a crucial few weeks because there was a point where it looked like I was going to slip out and then have to make up ground, but we've obviously got the wins at the right time, and obviously teams like Sunderland have sort of dropped out the equation a bit. I think Middlesbrough have as well. They was looking like earlier on, like in December time, they was looking like it was going to make a push for the playoffs. Obviously, Coventry have had 1 or 2 bad results as well, so we've won and teams around us have lost, and obviously that makes this game even bigger because obviously if we beat Preston, then we create an even bigger gap, and that's obviously going to be so important. But like obviously the teams fighting at the bottom and teams fighting for promotion. It's like 11 or 12 cup finals now between the end of the season, and obviously every game's important, but this one's especially important obviously on Saturday because it's against the rival for the playoffs. So I think obviously if we win it, it's a 6-point gap we create. So against the Preston side, it's a massive game.
Huge game.
Yeah.
Cossie, you said you've done your research on this game. You've had a little look into it. Who do you fancy then, Hull or Preston?
My bum's hurting that much. I'm sat on the fence tonight, but we're going another draw. I just think teams around us will be like, both dropping points. I think it'll happen as well. I don't think they haven't kept a clean sheet for a bit, but I think they are. It's going to be 0-0, I think, this game.
0-0, there you go. Listen, folks, if you're a betting man as well, stick these 2 draws on, because Cossie's normally bang on.
No, he isn't, mate.
It might be a hat-trick of draws. It might be a hat-trick of draws.
Some Easter eggs with your money. 2 for 1. Yeah, $1.99. Smarties, cream eggs, Yorkies.
I'm going to go for a 1-1. I think it'll be tight as well, KG. I'm going to go 1-1. Ash, what do you think for this one?
I'm going to go 1-0 Hull.
1-0 Hull City, yeah.
1-0, I think hitting obviously a bit of form Preston are obviously, but I think what I've seen over Hull over the last few weeks, pretty impressive. And I know we beat them when they beat us convincingly at home, and it's a totally different team from them because of January and all that. But yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Hull.
1-0 Hull City, there you go. And Matt?
I'm going to 1-0 Preston. When they get going, Preston, they're quite difficult to stop for some unknown reason. Quite difficult to put your finger on why, but they are quite difficult to stop as well. So yeah, I'll go 1-0 Preston.
Yeah, they gave us a tough game, to be fair. Liam Miller had a barnstormer.
We did, so that's now, what is it?
Mate, be careful, we play you in 2 weeks. Be careful, be careful. This is a different Leeds United now. This is title.
Thank God it's a different Wednesday. Thank God it's a different Wednesday.
True, this is true. Come on then, Tom, what are you saying, mate? Are you going to win this one?
I'm going to go 2-1 Hull. One player to watch out for between now and the end of the season is Emre. We signed him for 2 million. He's a Turkish like attacking midfielder in January. Silky player. Like I've been impressed with him so far. Like usually when you sign someone like Turkey, they take quite a while to sort of adapt to obviously English league, but he's stuck to it like a duck to water. Really, like the first few games, and he sort of. Well, if I had to liken him to a player, obviously not as good, but he's sort of like a Bernardo Silva type player. Sort of picks up the ball, silky, good in tight spaces. So yeah, he's one to watch out for. I'd say.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Irma is the next Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Straight out. Watch this.
Yeah, Thomas, your chairman doing that thing. I read something about. Is he taking him away to Turkey? A group of fans again. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
I need to apply actually before the deadline tonight. But yeah, he's taking.
How many is there? Was it 50 or something? How many?
I think it's 50. What's good about it is like in the terms and conditions said that he's not taking the same people again. So obviously it gives more people a chance for the people to go.
Cool.
Yeah, it's yesterday
what's
as well.
Doing?
It's early today. So last year he took 50 Hull fans on holiday, like a free holiday, all inclusive to Turkey, and he's doing it again this year as well.
Okay, we'd end up with Cleethorpes.
Mate, you'd end up going North Korea or something, mate, and not coming back, Ash. I tell you, man, that'd be it. You'd be gone.
Yeah, and then it took it just great. Our owner's just crazy. Like you just see him like every today. He posted a picture on Instagram with Gerard, just taking a picture of Gerard Piqué casually. And then the other day was Ronaldinho, and he's been asking him to come to the next Hull City home game against Leicester. Like, just crazy.
Just sign him up, man. Sign him up, man. Get him in.
He's doing a job in the Championship, I reckon.
Yeah, exactly. He's still got it, definitely. That's amazing, man. That's quite cool that your chairman does that, to be fair. That is quite cool.
Yeah.
Right, mate, we'll go on to the next one, Cossie. It's Huddersfield Town's Cup Final. It's the biggest game in your calendar. Of course, you take on Leeds United on Saturday. So, how are you feeling, mate, ahead of this one? Because there's been a lot of talk from your manager, from your owner, David and Goliath. Are you having that we're Goliath and you're David? Are you having that, Cossie?
Yeah, he said that today, didn't he? He said, like, it was like, yeah. No, the trouble is, mate, you've got your Leeds media there, haven't you? Stuart Rayner, Catherine Anna, big Leeds fans, so they're obviously going to like try and get a quote out of him so they can like stick it on their thing and that as well, and that as well. No, Catherine had smacked me, mate. I know really well, but yeah, just no, I can't say how much different the contrast is from when we played you away. I think what I'd say is probably at half-time there'll be more Huddersfield fans in the ground than they were at Elland Road, which, yeah, I've never seen as many people leave a ground in my life at half-time. It was incredible. But, yeah, I don't think it's really just obviously down to Brighton, right? It's just kind of the caretaker manager John Worthington. There was a real good factor about it, and I know Hull kind of nabbed us at the end, but even then we were kind of played well. The whole mentality has kind of changed in 4 games. So it'll be 5 games with Brighton, right? And yeah, all of a sudden, mate, we're having a go at teams, which is, God, that's just all people want to see. And I know we talked Darren Motor for you week in, week out on the show, but you've only got to look at the storming start he's made at Port Vale, that maybe he's not the right man anymore. But 6-year contract, I'd love to be Darren Moore's agent. And what he must say in an interview to get these jobs, how does he do it? But
he got 6 years.
6-year contract, Port Vale. Well, yeah, wow. He's lost first 2 and drawn 1, but yeah, there were 2 up against Fleetwood and anyway, back to the point, but yeah, just it's just a mentality mindset, really, Jordan. It's like we're getting forward, we're kind of hunting in packs, pressing
against us. Like against us, I was quite impressed. To be fair, like obviously we took the lead, but then you came back into the game, and I thought when you nicked it, you was good value for the point, or even taking all 3, and then obviously we nick it at the end. But yeah. Obviously, massive difference from Darren Moore, really, like the way Huddersfield were playing.
Yeah,
he's had some good jobs as well, hasn't he? He's been, because I didn't know until today, he worked with Nonto at Zurich, and then he worked with Rutter at Hoffenheim as well. Yeah. So he's got good pedigree.
Yeah, and a lot of the fans were saying, well, he's got no experience. But I was thinking, hang on a minute, mate. I don't think Huddersfield's ever had a manager who's won like a top division title. Okay, Swiss league, people can say what they want about the league. But it was an incredible thing that he did, because it's like, we're a 10-team league, and normally like young boys win it every other year. But I think they finished 8th, did Zurich the season before. Then Brighton went there, and then they won the league the next season, which, incredible feat that, really. And yeah, Germany, obviously, 2nd division, kind of Paderborn, he got them promoted. He did with Hanover, and yeah, Hoffenheim I don't think went as well, but that's what I couldn't understand. Like when he talks, mate, you just feel really calm, and like this guy knows what he's on about. And I don't think he'll have come cheap, Joe, to Huddersfield. I know he turned down some jobs at Besiktas, which obviously they're a big club in Turkey. Kosovo national team, which at the end of the day is still a national team, no matter what you think. So for him to kind of pick this opportunity with like 13 games to go, with Huddersfield like not the greatest budget, with maybe League One football not far away, I think it were a real coup for us to get him in. But he kind of snapped in the press conference last week, because people said, don't you think it's a risk on his CV to come to kind of this job? And he won't have any of it and that as well. And obviously they top it up, and want to get in a Premier League and all this and that and the other. But for me, Joe, it just seems an exciting one, because I just think if we can stay up, which I think we've got the players to do it now, and I think we've got the manager to do it now. I think you're just thinking, right, what contacts has he got? Because, obviously we're not going to beat teams for wages and things. And, with the FFI now, whatever it is, you can't kind of buy away success. So I think it's canny buys. And yeah, the way he spoke about Nonto today, were really good. And Rutter, and it was quite funny, actually, was saying what he was, saying like, they were getting on well, but they're not going to speak to each other all week and stuff. But to me, Huddersfield could have gone such a boring way. We could have gone Michael Duff, obviously, if he'd wanted it. And that would have seemed to be Alan Nixon got absolutely mugged off there when he went with his exclusive and that as well, not for the first time. And yeah, I don't think Higginbottom were kind of in there, but again, it's just steady away. I know John
I've seen
Eustace
your picture
got
of him actually saying, I told you we're getting the job or something, Eki, when you had that picture of him.
yeah. No. So I think it's a bit of a bold appointment, really. And obviously last week, What a start. Strange old game. Ishmael subbed 2 guys off after 25 minutes, which Watford were horrendous. I've never heard the fans being as vocal as that. They were getting on the back. Subbed 2 guys off. One just went straight down to, I think he's still probably walking now. He might be at John O'Groats. But yeah, and then they took the lead. Tom Ince does what he normally does, just like missed big chances, just the nearly man of football, obviously. Did half a decent job, to be fair, Huddersfield. And they should have been 2 up. And then all of a sudden, he's making an amazing sub. So the much slagged off Tom Edwards, right, Joe, which obviously he did a...
So Dr. was just asked you about Tom Edwards. Worst player we've seen come to Elland Road, by the way. Go on.
Well, this is incredible, Dr. Cott. So what happened on Saturday? Alex Matos, who's like has been brilliant for us, like a midfielder, Chelsea. Proper, yeah, you'll know about him on Saturday. We won't have as much fun in the middle of the park. He gets stuck in, man, where he is, he'll get 2 yellows and get a red. But yeah, basically he got subbed off, and Tom Edwards comes and everyone's like, what is going on? I know someone who walked out of the ground because they hate Tom Edwards. Anyway, lo and behold, we were 1 down. Edwards wasn't involved with the first goal, but he bombs down the right-hand side and puts it in the ward for score the winner. And you just wondered if it's like, he's doing stuff like that. It's like after 1 game, is he kind of a lucky manager? So yeah, just changes that no one else had made, really. So good signs, really. And what I liked about it after the game, Joe, was saying stuff like, well, Edwards hasn't played a full game since October. This guy's proper done his research on us. And I'm not saying he's done a Bielsa type presentation when he came out, but with his CV, he could have easily said, well, hang on a minute, Huddersfield, this is what I've got to offer. Do you want me or not? Yeah. But he's been saying, where we should have won games in October, November. So he knows a lot about the club, and I think he even came over to have some dinner with David Wagner like before, and obviously he knows. So I think he knows a little bit more than people think. So when people are saying he doesn't have any knowledge of the game, I just think, he's 50 years old. He's managed to quite a lot over, good CV. So yeah, we're all optimistic, and yeah, Saturday, we're looking forward to it now, really, rather than, if you think of the last game when we played you, Joe, we'd lost 4-0 to Cardiff that few days before, and then obviously coming in the Lions' Den, and to be honest, I think it could have been 8 or 9 that I was worried so much at half time. But yeah, the only thing that tempers it, mate, is the press conference today. It feels like to me there's been a bit of COVID going around, and you know what's really weird? Like, there's a couple of our players were struggling with colds. When you hear that, I played 5-a-side on Tuesday, snot coming out of my nose and everything in it. But like, it's like, but you know what footballers are like. But yeah, there's one of the biggest problems. It sounds like we've got Brodie Spencer, who's been sensational, mate, like a fullback that's come back from Motherwell. He's almost like a brand new signing. I reckon, he gets up and down, really good at going forward, getting back. He's an example when alone, they come back and they look a different player. But Horgan, there's a doubts over a few, and Rudoni's only trained once this week, and that's the only thing that tempers it. Because I did a podcast with people last night, like I was talking up a 2-2, but you need everyone to be on their game, training all week, and we were reeling off today. So aren't trained, he might train, he might not. He was this and that. They were quite open and honest, which were good, but that's the only thing, mate. And I don't know, you've had it. You could say, well, hang on a minute, we had a game. I was dying for it to go extra time, Joe, last night.
I bet
but,
you were, yeah.
But yeah, what I can safely say, mate, is that we'll give you a game, and God, this is going to be clipped out in the next week. We'll give you a game, mate. And yeah, please don't be 6-0. But he did say 6-0 anyway, wage bills and stuff. But you're always going to get that, mate. You're veg. You just back yourself. But I was hearing people after that game of football that I mentioned, where I scored 2 goals, by the way. But yeah, there were a group of Leeds fans who played across there saying they think they're going to go rest of the season unbeaten. So the confidence is massively high, as it would be if you hadn't lost in calendar year. So, but yeah, I'm not sure on Saturday, but it will be a better game. And yeah, the place will be bouncing. The atmosphere will be good, even for a lunchtime one. And yeah, you're right. Probably the biggest game of the season, but people are looking forward to watching football again at Huddersfield, Joe, and that's progress, mate.
Yeah, 100%. Like Daniel Farker was speaking about him, and obviously I think Tom just alluded to it there. He said he'll press, you know what I mean? Your manager will press, he'll come and have a go, and I think that means we'll get a decent game, because the way you came up to Elland Road, you played a low block, and it was so like not in sync that we just picked holes in it left, right, and centre. So yeah, come and have a go, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I fancy Leeds United. If we win tomorrow, it's the record for most consecutive wins. I think 10 on the spin. So yeah, I mean on Saturday. Sorry. So if we can get that, that'd be amazing. We've had a few injury concerns ourselves, but Rutter's back, Bamford's back, Somerville will be good to go. I think
Good
Gruyere
news. We're delighted for you, Joe.
yeah, exactly. I think that game yesterday against Chelsea, for example, if Rutter plays, we probably win, and that might sound crazy, but I just think Pirro, by the way, yeah, I know he's still scored 11 goals and a couple of assists. He's just not mobile enough for what we need. I don't know. We were talking about earlier, I think if we did get promoted, I don't know how he gets in all honesty. So, yeah, a bit of a mad one, really, because when he was signed, I thought, guaranteed top scorer, here we go, we're going up. But, yeah, it's
Joe,
not
what
really
are you
worked
seeing
out
at
for
the, what are you seeing at the top end? Because you've got to give Ipswich massive credit, because whether you think they're going to be there or not, they looked done, mate, a month ago, and you're thinking, yeah, they're happy for a playoff spot. They're still same points as you, and which
Kiefer Moore was a great signing,
yeah,
by the way. What a signing, Kiefer Moore.
You've got to give massive credit. He's a strange bloke, in their manager, but Southampton.
What do you make to Leicester? What do you make to Leicester and their fall off?
Yeah, but Joe, I know
6 points. You know,
he
do you think
managed
we
that.
can win the league? Do you think we can win the league, lads? 6 points, 12 to go.
I still think Leicester will win it.
Yeah.
They're allowed a slump, a short one.
Yeah,
they'll find the form again, won't they? Probably.
Do you reckon?
Joe, it was a bit like that Town on Wednesday game. I thought they were like one team in it, and like really, and it just looked weird. Sometimes you get a game like that where it makes no sense, and like you walk out of that. Obviously, I predict everyone's. There's stuff like Leeds. You'd think they won the league, like with the videos that were going around support. I get that, a euphoric, massive win when you're getting beat like that. You've got to enjoy your good moments. It does me. I know people always knock Leeds.
Celebration police do my tits in.
Yeah, God, Carragher and all that we've run about them earlier. But yeah, no, I just think in life you've got to enjoy good moments. You can't just wait till May, can you, to celebrate and stuff? Yeah.
I mean, I'm so sorry because I saw that video of on the concourse. They're not proper Yorkshiremen lobbing pints at £7.
To be honest, right, I have never got that. Like, I've done away days, you see clips. I've never got why people want to drench each other through with lager. Like, it stinks. Do you know?
Joe,
I never get it.
I went to Germany the other week, watched Cologne, and it was unbelievable. They were after every goal, we're just getting covered in alcohol, which is not too bad if you haven't got any air. But like exactly what you're thinking, you're thinking, don't throw it. You save me some money here, Arcade. Yeah. It's a weird thing. Yeah.
It's like when you see, when they have the like big parks open when England play and that, and then England's throwing out pints going up in air, and I'm just like, I'm fucking out in my best dress here, man. What are you doing?
I think that's your fault going in your best dress clothes to watch it.
You never know who you'll see, Tom. You know what I mean? I'm single. I'm on the market. You know what I mean?
No, it'd be interesting to see Maresca, because there is massive Maresca loving into with the media and that as well.
I can't stand them all apart from McKenna. I don't mind McKenna.
No, but Ipswich, you've just got to give them total credit, because like you're just thinking they're done, and Southampton, I just don't know where their heads are at the moment. I mean, again, that just seemed an absolute daylight robbery for Millwall, but they're 4 we out of a win or something that they're now something.
1 in 4,
3, yeah.
1 in 4. 1 in 4.
Yeah, but obviously you just keep winning, and honestly, bloody hell, if we got a job on Saturday, Joe, they'd be dancing on the streets of Huddersfield. But yeah, there's no trains, and also everyone's going to have to come by the old public service bus or a car and that as well. It's and it should be a good game, mate. I just think Brighton will have a go, and I just hope it'd be interesting if we score first, Joe, because I just don't know what have we got the game management, and obviously you can only play one way. Will we be smart enough? It'll be fascinating. He's only been there 10 days, which he kept saying today in his press conference. So, but it is just one of those, not just because it leads, but I'm just looking forward to watching a game with Huddersfield, because I know we'll have a go. I know we've got players to come on, and I know if he'll do everything he can to win the game. And David Kasuma, this is where football has made me laugh, because he did the press conference before Brighton. Today was saying we always set up to win every game, and we've done that all season. I thought that's just bollocks, David. Under Darren Moore, we hardly ever did that. So football has just come out with the same old churn.
How can you set up to win if you're having 20% possession? Like,
when we played at your place, Jesus, we barely got out at train station, mate. We were shocking, but yeah.
Are you feeling pressure, Joe? Because you've got Huddersfield, Stoke, and then Wednesday. So you've got 3 of the bottom, 5 teams.
But
is the pressure on Leeds?
I'm
confident, but what I will say, mate, like 6 of the bottom 8 won last week, so there's also a lot riding on it.
You'd rather play a team of 14th than a team 23rd, wouldn't you? Because obviously there's more fighting at the bottom.
Like, Do you know which game really worries me? Because he always does a job on us. He's fucking Neil Harris and Millwall. As soon as he got that job, I went, nah. Because he always does a job on us. And then that weekend, he beat Southampton, and I was going, oh, God, that'll happen to us. So I do worry. But like with Huddersfield, they're going to come and play. Like with Chef Wednesday, they're going to come and play. And I think when it's that type of game, we'll win out. Our quality will win out in the end. But if a team's going to sit in and play a low block, we might struggle, and that could be Millwall. And I don't know how Stoke's getting on under Schumacher, but I know they're playing poorly, but I don't know the style and stuff, so I'll have to see what that's about. But we owe Stoke one because they beat us. But I think we'll beat Huddersfield at the weekend, I do. But I think it'll be a good game of football. The first 15 minutes are crucial because I think Leeds United have scored most goals in the league within that time, and when we score first, we're yet to lose in the league. I think Chelsea was the first game we lost after going in front first, but it's the FA Cup, it don't really matter. So I think if we score, and I fancy us to score early, I think it'll be like 2-1. I think Huddersfield might get one. I will go for 2-1. Before we come to Cossie, let's go around the houses and find out some score predictions. Ash?
3-0 Leeds.
Oh, love that.
Again,
nice.
I know,
we were friends.
One, I need that result.
Yes.
And two, I watched the Leeds Leicester game. I thought Leicester should have been well away, but Leeds stuck to it and obviously got it, and they're just in momentum, aren't they? And early goal, and 3-0 for me. Sorry, Cozzy.
Yeah. Archie Gray obviously scored in that game as well. What a player, by the way. What a player. Bossed that Chelsea midfield yesterday at just 17. What a player. Tom, score
I think it'll be. I do think it'll be a close game, but I think Leeds will just edge it.
Tom. Tease me.
He's going 2-1 as well.
Come on, Matt. You the man. I know I've had a go at you tonight, but only banter, mate. Come on, Matt.
I think we're close. I think it'll be a good game again.
Yeah, here we go.
Huddersfield at home. You got why not? 1-1.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, right. I'm going to change my Rotherham score. Chef Wednesday 5. Go on then, Cossie.
Oh, I predicted on these podcasts yesterday 2-2, so I should really stick with that. But just hearing ifs and buts and maybes and not chained and blah, blah, blah. But I've got to stick with my 2-2, Anna. But back of my mind, I'm thinking 1-3 maybe to Leeds. I just
remember it's an early kickoff there. It's an early kickoff.
So you never bet it, do you?
Yeah, you never bet on it.
Yeah, just,
and we've had to travel up from London, mate. You know, it's not been ideal. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, travel from London. You lot will be getting planes, won't you? Like Heathrow to Leeds Bradford, isn't it? Yeah, bloody hell. Awesome, can't we get to games, Joe?
Oh God, man. So you're going for a 2-2, yeah?
Desmond 2-2, mate. Yeah, bless his soul.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's it. What another great episode of White Rose Rivals. Really, really enjoyed it. We will be back next week. I promise. It won't drop, and that's probably because we'll batter at Huddersfield. So it is what it is.
It all depends.
If Huddersfield win, Huddersfield win. We're not on, are we?
Well, there's a midweek game though, isn't there? We've got Stoke, so we might be win them, and then I'll be all right again. Do you know what I mean? So
get your Easter eggs in for next week, guys, because I won't be there for long, mate. $1.99.
Before we leave, folks, I'm going on to All Leeds TV now with Oscar. I've set a redirect on as well, so don't adjust your sets or anything. When this ends, you'll go straight on over there. So just go on over, just Joe Raid in the chat, and I'll see you over there in a sec. Our good friend Russ there says, Town 0, Leeds United 6. Sorry, Cossie.
Russ! I'm blocking him. I think I'm friends on Facebook. Not anymore.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's
Russ Vernon, good guy, Russ.
Really good guy. Loves his Yorkshire football teams.
He was.
Yeah. Great guy. Listen, make sure you check out all these fantastic channels as well. Don't forget to check out He Takes That Chance after they get beat at the weekend. That should be a fun listen. Make sure you check out the Wednesday week. You've got New York Talk, and I've forgot it off the top of my head, Tom.
Oh my God!
Wait, no, I do.
I'll just leave.
Hang on. Oh man, I can see it. Hull City. No, it's gone.
To Holland back.
To Hull and back. That was it.
You
man.
were nowhere near, were you?
No, I wasn't.
He was like say something like Hull City Life or something like that.
I was gonna go Hull City Tigers.
Don't remind me of that then. And I run a train down there.
Yeah, to Hull and back, which is a play on words on the on the
It's
Only Fools and
not,
Horses.
but I don't think it is, to be fair.
It is, Tom, man. It's got to be. It's got to be. I know you say it's not, but I'm sure it is. Whoever thought of that name.
I'll
speak
ask
to
him.
them. Yeah, and he'll tell you. He'll go, yeah, of course it is, you mad head. Anyway, check out all these channels. I'll see you on All Leeds TV in a sec, and we'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for another great show. Bye-bye now.